Today, we will master the art of converting repeating decimals to fractions and solve complex problems with ease. Let's take an example. Suppose if we have a 0.7 bar. How we can write this? We can write this as 0.777 and this 7 keep on go like that. That's why we can represent here 7 bar. Here 7 is repeating digit. This we can write in fraction form as 7/9. Suppose if we have a 0.12 bar, that means here under the 2 digit we have a bar. So this one is nothing but 0.121212. That means here 12 is repeating. So this, how can you write in the fraction form? You can write this as whatever we have under the bar, the whole number which we have 12 here, this 12 you write it at the numerator over how many digits we have here bar? We have 2 digits. Under the bar we have 2 digits. So that's why at denominator you just write 2 nines. So 0.12 bar we can write as a 12/99 in the fraction form. Suppose if we have a 0.123 bar. How can you write this in a fraction form? Under the bar we have 3 digits. Those 3 digits you just write at your numerator 123 divided by. So how many digits we have under the bar? We have 3 digits. That's why you just write 3 nines at the denominator. This is type 1. This is the easiest one. So let's go for the type 2. Suppose if we have a 0.12 bar. That means here under the bar we have only 1 digit and without bar we have 1 digit. This how can you represent in a fraction form? Let's see it. This 0.12 bar is nothing but 0.1. Only the 2 is repeating. 1 is not repeating here. Only 2 and so on. Only 2 is repeating here. Let's see how to represent in a fraction form. First you have to, after decimal point, whatever you have the number, you just take it the whole number which we have 12 and do minus. Take a number which does not have bar. You have to take the number which does not have a bar. Here the number 1 does not have a bar. So that one you have to take it and divided by. Here how many digits we have a bar? That number of digits you have to take. Here we have only single digit has a bar. That's why you have to take single 9. And how many digit doesn't have a bar? That you have to write as a 0. Only 1 digit does not have a bar. So you have to write 1 0 here. So 12 minus 1 which gives 11/90. So 0.12 bar. The fraction form is 11/90. Suppose if we have a 0.24 bar. So what you have to do? First take the whole number which we have 24. Do minus the number which does not have a bar. The number 2 it does not have a bar. That number you have to subtract. Here we have number 2 divided by how many digits we have a bar? We have only bar and 1 digit. So just write only 19. Then how many digits does not have a bar? Only 1 digit. That's why you have to write only 1 single 0. 24 minus 2 which gives 22/90. So 0.24 bar we can represent as 22/90. Let's take another example. Suppose if we have a 0.346 bar. So first what you have to do? Take the whole number, write it first. So which we have 346 minus what you have to do? We have to do the number which does not have a bar. Here number 3 does not have a bar. So that's why you have to subtract 3 over a denominator. How many digits we have a bar? Under the bar we have 2 digits. So that's why you have to write 2 nines here. And then how many digits we does not have a bar? We have a single digit which does not have a bar. That's why you have to write only single 0 here. Then write the fraction form. 346 minus 3 which gives 343 divided by 919. That is the fraction form of this recurring decimal. Let's take one more example. Suppose if we have a 0.4521 bar. What you have to do? Take the whole number. So which we have 4521. You have to subtract the number which does not have a bar. Isn't it? So let's write 452 here. Over how many digits we have a bar? We have only 1 digit as a bar. That's why write only 1 9. And then how many digits we doesn't have a bar? We have 3 digits, it doesn't have a bar. That's why you just write only 3 zeros. So 4521 minus 452, which gives only 69. So 69 over 9000, that is a fraction form of this 0.4521 bar. So this is the type 2. So let's go for the type 3. Let's take an example. 1 bar 0.67. Here we don't have a 0 point or something. We have a bar before the decimal point. Before the decimal point, if we have a bar, you just take this subtraction form. That is, 1 bar we can represent as -1, then plus, then take the remaining number. What we have? 0.67. So like that you have to write. Let's take one more. Suppose if you have a 4 bar 0.36. How can you write? So if we have a bar before the decimal point, you have to take this as a -4. Plus remaining decimal point, you just represent like this. Let's go and see how to solve the questions of this type of recurring decimals. Suppose if we have a 2.124 and here bar is under 24. So here bar is under 2 digits. How can you write this? Before decimal point we have a number 2. First you have to split it. So this number, we can split this as 2 plus 0.124 bar. Now you can follow our method for this 0.124 bar. Now here what we do, you have to take the whole number, which we have 124, minus you have to subtract which number does not have a bar. Here the number is 1, over a denominator you have to write the number of digits which have a bar. We have it 2 digits, so that's why you have to write 2 9s. And then you have to write number of digits which does not have a bar. We have only single digit does not have a bar, so that's why write just only 1 0. At numerator 124 minus 1, which gives 123. This is the result of this, the recurring decimal. So like that you can simply do it. Let's take one more. 0.5 bar, then 0.4 bar, plus 0.3 bar, plus 0.2 bar, that is equal to x. So what is the value of x? How can you do it? And this question belongs to type 1. See here, 0.7 bar. 0.7 bar, how can you write? It's nothing but 7 over 9. Like that simply, the 0.5 bar we can write this as a 5 over 9, plus 0.4 bar we can write this as a 4 over 9, plus 0.3 bar we can write this as 3 over 9, plus 0.2 bar we can write it as 2 over 9. So all the denominators are same. So let's take a LCM. So 5 plus 4 9, 9 plus 3 12, 12 plus 2 14. So the x value is 14 over 9. So this is like this, simply we can find this type of questions. Let's take one more. 4 bar 0.36 plus 1 bar 0.23. So this is type 3, isn't it? So 1 bar 0.67, how can you write? -1 plus 0.67. Same like that. 4 bar, we can write this as a -4 plus 0.36 plus 1 bar 0.23, we can represent as a -1 plus 0.23. Here is -4 and -1 are whole numbers and 0.36, 0.23 are decimal numbers. So let's add separately. -4 -1, which gives -5, plus 0.36 and 0.23, which gives 0.59. So this we can write it as 5 bar 0.59. So the result is 5 bar 0.59. That's it. So let's take one more example. 2 bar 0.75 plus 3 bar 0.78. How can you do it? So 2 bar 0.75, we can write this as -2 plus 0.75. 3 bar 0.78, we can write this as -3 plus 0.78. After adding these two, then we are going to get -2 -3, which gives -5, plus 0.75 plus 0.78, which gives 1.53. Here 1 is a whole number and these are after decimal point numbers, and here minus 5 also whole number, so that's why you have to simplify a little bit here. 1.53 we can write this as 1 plus 0.53. So here minus 5 plus 1, which gives minus 4. Minus 4 plus 0.53. So this we can write this as 4 bar 0.53. So here the result is 4 bar 0.53. 0.3467 bar plus 0.1333 bar. First what you have to take the whole number, which we have 3467, minus you have to take which number does not have a bar. 34 does not have a bar, so just subtract that. Then a denominator, how many digits you have a bar? 2 digits, so that's why I write 2 nines. And how many digits does not have a bar? We have 2 digits, so that write 2 zeros. 3467 minus 34, which gives 3433, and in denominator we have 9900. So this is the result for the first one. Now let's do for the second part. So here take the whole number 1333 minus, you have to subtract this 13, divided by how many digits we have? 2 digits of bar, that's why just write 2 nines and 2 zeros. So after doing the subtraction we got 1320. This is the second part of the result. So here the denominators are same, so we can just simply add the numerators. After adding the numerator we got 4753 and a denominator we have 9900. Now it's practice time. I'm going to give few questions to you. If you want to try these questions, try this and give your results in the comment section. If you like this content, like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.